Hello Campbell River, this is Jerry Johnson from Coastline Mazda, proudly introducing to you the late release 2016 Mazda CX9. Alright, so the wait is over. Here it is, the 2016 Mazda CX9 in the Signature Edition. This one is in a beautiful snowflake pearl white. So I'm going to do a quick walk around on the vehicle and give you guys a good idea what she looks like. Mazda is using a design language called Kodo, which is soul of motion. What they're capturing is the exact moment energy turns into motion, as you can see through the sweeping lines throughout the whole body. This is such a beautiful car. As you can see there, you're sitting on some 20-inch rims and a nice gunmetal alloy. A good contrast for a vehicle in our most popular color, snowflake pearl white. So I'm going to give you a little zoom in on these headlights here. These are a bi-xenon headlight, ultra bright. They are eye adaptive, part of the Mazda safety technology. So as you're driving down the highway, they will turn up to 15 degrees into the corners, lighting up around the corners and into the ditches kind of things. You might be able to actually capture the deer out of your corner of your eye with this guy. They did stick with the Mazda signature open face grille. They have done a few different changes, including this one is illuminated, and at night it's really nice. There's a little trim piece here that glows. You can't really see it at this point, but I may give you a shot somewhere in the middle of here, letting you see what that looks like. She's a nice looking car, isn't it? So when it comes to safety on the Mazda CX9, Mazda has stepped it up another notch. This goes with our whole lineup from the Mazda 3, CX3, Mazda CX5, and the CX9. You'll notice from the A-pillar conjoining right there all the way to the rear, this is all stamped out of exactly one piece of metal. There's no seams, which is really unique to Mazda's brand, as well as the door panels have been pressed out of one piece of metal, thus making this one of the safest side impact collision vehicles designed yet. So if you have a side impact, the energy will be dispersed upwards and outwards rather than inwards to your passengers or driver. Alright, so now that I've given you a really good idea what the exterior of the CX9 looks like and what it's all about, I'm going to do a quick interior preview as well, starting with the keyless entry for your power liftgate. So if you got your hands full of kids and groceries when you're coming out of the Walmart or Superstore, press the old button and up she comes. No more juggling. The CX9 does come standard with a third row capacity and the capability of up to 4 baby seats. So you're set if you got to bring the neighbor's kids or even just the grandchildren around. You got the capabilities of up to 4 baby seats, which seems to become very necessary these days. As you can see, if you got to haul a whole bunch of stuff from Costco or just maybe doing some renovations in the home and you need tons of space, you have a full flat lay down here. Easy access. Okay, now as we have a look at the second and third row of this beautiful CX9, you can see they carried the signature Napa leather throughout. Beautiful contrast in the doors as well. Premium materials used everywhere. They even put up a UV protectant for the little ones, as well as a triple climate control. So if you have little guys, or you just know where your young ones like their temperatures, you can set it on auto and it will maintain the temperature you desire. You also have the reclining second row, which is coming real handy on those longer trips. Keep the kids relaxed and comfortable for hours upon hours. She folds right down real nice and easy and shows you have quite a bit of space here for the third row passengers. So here I am in the third row of the very spacious CX9. As you can see, I am not the smallest guy, but I do have room to breathe back here, folks. That seat is set on approximately medium and there's quite a bit of room. My knees aren't touching, so if you had to haul around the business crew or the golf buddies, they shouldn't have a problem. So here I am in the second row seating. I've got absolutely tons of space. When it comes to leg room, you can see I'm stretched right out. I'm 5'10", fits me really well. Of course, with the bigger kids, they're gonna need this space, and that's why they've created it. One of the other key features I really do love is the reclining chair in the second row. So those longer trips, sit back and have a snooze. It's gonna be a nice long trip. All right, so as we have a look at the interior of this absolutely gorgeous, beautiful Mazda CX9, you will notice that Mazda has not held back on anything, using absolutely only the highest quality and premium materials. This is a true testament to Mazda's strive for perfection. Starting out with this gorgeous Napa leather, the absolutely perfect stitching that they do. Rosewood trim that was actually hand carved by a very famous guitar designer out of Japan. They've gone as far as to use real metal accents on the brushed aluminum trimming. This steering wheel was hand stitched. So what you're seeing here, folks, is a handcrafted vehicle. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? So alongside all the premium materials and the absolute quality of the fit and finish, Mazda has put together a really nice package when it comes to infotainment. We got an 8-inch touchscreen as well as a human-machine interface command switch, which allows you to keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road, and if need be, and you gotta change the channel or maybe even navigate, it's gonna be done in the safest manner. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Mazda's Connect and the HMI command switch here. This is a very easy to use driver-centric setup here. So of course we got the Tim Hortons button I had talked about earlier, and the HMI commander is here. So if you're on the go and you need to change something up, you can just dial back and forth. It runs through the menus really fast that way, or if you do it one click at a time, it will just go back, you know. So it's very easy to use while you're on the fly. Mazda has come up with several different ways to listen to music in this vehicle. First, you have your FM, AM, XM, whichever one lets us Sirius. We've got 3 internet radio apps. One is AHA, Pandora, and Stitcher. Basically, you would just download these onto your phone and then create a playlist at night, and boom, you got you know, talk radio, business radio, even stories. Depends on whatever gets you through the longer trips. Of course, you have your Bluetooth connectivity, so if you have any phones or Spotify on your phone, you can play it right through the Bluetooth. You do have the USB connectors as well, so there's 2 external hard drives for you to plug into with whatever size external drives you choose, and get as much music as you like onto those. So you got about 7 different ways to listen to music. As we move along here, you can see we got the heated seats, and something new to Mazda's lineup, and only in the signature, is the heated steering wheel. It is going to become available in the 2017 lineup, so keep your eyes out for that. We do have a dual climate control, and as I showed you earlier, in the back, a 3rd climate control. Again, this is all automatic, so no more fighting over temperatures on either side of the vehicle. It does come with the air conditioning and, of course, defrost in the rear windows and mirrors. They really haven't left out anything in this vehicle. This is as good as they get. A little bit about the drivetrain here as we're looking at it. You do have a regular drive, manual drive, so really easy to use and great for doing big, long mountain passes, maybe going up or down the hills. You can either use it as an engine brake, driving down a gear, or maybe if you want to get into a little bit of a lower gear for a passing situation, you can drop a gear. Or if you just want to have some fun and drive your car in a semi-automatic position, it is available and quite easy to use. You'll notice over here there's a little sport button as well. This will actually tighten up the suspension and the steering wheel and hold the revs a little longer. It turns it into a real sporty car. Even with a full load, this car, this CX9, feels like you're in a really nice sporty little race car. So it comes in real handy. It makes it real fun. Another something that they did add in is this electronic parking brake, which is real handy. Longevity is Mazda's design, so another thing that they can steer away from wear and tear items they have, and it makes it real easy to use. And of course, it's all electronic and
No more wrenching of the old e-brake. That'll come in handy, won't it?
Okay, so here we are at the wheel of the 2016 Mazda CX9 Signature Edition. I'm just going to go over a few key features with you guys, give you a good idea what she's all about. There's lots going on here, starting with the power windows, mirrors, and locks. All very easily accessible. This one has lots of safety features. It does have the power liftgate access from this panel, as well as a blind spot monitoring system, a lane departure system, a parking assist. It has traction control, and of course your tire pressure monitoring system reset button as well. This guy does come with the automatic lighting, so once it becomes dark, it will turn on the lights for you, and as it becomes light again, they'll turn the lights off. Pretty much everything is automatic. Of course, it can be manually adjusted. You do have your fog lights on this Signature series. Over here you have the automatic windshield wiper blades, which are really handy around Campbell River. So you just set her on automatic, and of course if the speed is mesmerizing or not fast or too fast or too slow, you can adjust the speed. But it'll sense in this box here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops, whichever way it is, and get your speed up accordingly. You do have the volume button control on the wheel, as well as over here. So there's 2 different volume controls. And of course you get your Bluetooth hands-free. So if you have incoming calls while you're on the fly, you can answer and be still driving in a safe position. This vehicle does come equipped with the voice-to-text, text-to-voice. So if you do get a lot of text, it will actually read the text for you, and then you can reply with an automated reply, or again, voice to text reply, which keeps you, in the loop while you're on the fly. So another couple cool and really neat safety features they do have on this vehicle is the radar cruise control system. So what that does is allows you to set your cruise at the desired speed, which is usually about, the speed limit. We'll say 120 on the highway, and the car in front of you possibly going, maybe 115, and you notice you're coming up on them very quickly. Well, with this radar cruise control system, you can actually tack on to the predecessing vehicle, so it can read how fast that vehicle is going, and then you can set how far you want to be away from that vehicle. You can start with 50 meters to 100 to 150 to 200 meters. That will keep your desired distance away from the vehicle in front of you, in case they're going a little bit less than the speed limit. And of course, if they're going a little too fast, it won't even detect it. So comes in real handy when you're on the longer trips and maybe you got to manage something in the second and third row. The little guys are not handling the trip so well, so you have to turn your head back, and of course it is all attached to the lane departure and the blind spot monitoring, and of course our lane keep assist. So the way I explain it is, if you gotta break up a fight with the little guys in the back and you start drifting out of the lane, and not only will it warn you you're drifting out of the lane, but it will lane keep assist you by tugging you a little bit back into the lane. And if by chance at the same time you're coming up on a vehicle that is going slower than you are, it will automatically apply the brakes for you. So it comes in real handy on the longer trips with a full load, especially with the little guys. As you will notice with the heads-up display, we got our tachometer, the speedometer, your cruise control prompts, your blind spot monitoring system is adapted into the heads-up display, as well as your lane departure and your forward advance obstruction warning, and the radar cruise control. So all that right in front of you. Again, you don't have to take your eyes off the road or your hands off the wheel, thus making this the safest car out there to drive. Alright, something else very unique to Mazda under the hood of this vehicle is the fact that it's a completely fully sealed engine compartment. As you can see, these seals here all the way around, the upper reach here, and of course the back side as well, completely sealed. If you take a look down into the engine bay compartment, you will see that even the floor has been sealed off. This will help with less sand, salt, tar, any road debris that may come up into your brand new CX9. Will help protect it for many, many years to come. Okay, so what do we have under the hood of this beautiful 2016 Mazda CX9 is Mazda's Skyactiv 2.5 liter with a dynamic pressure turbo. This guy with regular octane fuel gets 227 horsepower at 310 pound-feet of torque. And if you want to put the premium in, you can get it up to 250 horsepower at the same 310 pound-feet of torque, which will get you up and down those mountain passes with the greatest of ease. Mazda has high standards for safety, and going alongside of that is one of their new designs, which is an engine mount release. So if there is a frontal impact, the engine mount will break loose, and the engine will drop to the floor and slide under the vehicle rather than coming up through the cabin and injuring the passenger and the driver. So when it comes to safety and performance, we for sure could not leave out the all-wheel drive system. Mazda has a second to none iActiveSense all-wheel drive system in place. This vehicle runs off of 27 different sensors that scan the road conditions 200 times a second. In most all-wheel drive systems, the technology is the tire will slip and then begin to transfer power to the rear. With Mazda's predictive iActiveSense technology, it can tell whether you're going uphill, downhill, whether you got too much torque on your wheel, whether you applied too much pressure on your brakes, or accelerated into the corner a little too hard, whether it's raining or snowing. Through all of these sensors, it can then predict whether you're going to need the power to the rear tires before the slippage even happens, thus keeping you in one of the safest, most fuel economic all-wheel drive systems ever designed. Another really great feature that comes with Mazda CX9 is the Mazda unlimited kilometer warranty and the roadside assistance coverage. With a new vehicle, you get a 3-year new vehicle unlimited mileage warranty. You also get a 3-year roadside assistance unlimited mileage, which means if you need to get towed out of a ditch, or you ran out of gas, you just need to jump, maybe you lock yourself out of the vehicle, they are there for you for 3 years unlimited mileage. You also get a 5-year powertrain warranty, which will cover anything covered in oil or lube. You get a 7-year anti-perforation warranty, which means the cladding they put on the bottom of these vehicles, you can take her up and down those dirt roads. If you can manage to get one of those big rocks to kick up and ding one of your body panels, and if it creates a rust, they'll replace or repair. It's a fantastic warranty, undeniably one of the best. Unlimited kilometers. Is there any other reason why you would not want this CX9? So whether it's fuel efficiency, safety, or just a car that's plain fun to drive, come visit me, Jerry Johnson at Coastline Mazda, and take the new CX9 for a drive. You better get here because they ain't lasting long.